you are holding on to pain, okay? And you may not be aware of it, because that was the situation for me. I was holding on to heartbreak and I didn't know. And I feel like when you get this information, when it's revealed to you, it is going to be such a huge relief, because you don't need that anymore. Hi, you guys. So I have a message for a few of you. This is a really good message. It is. Because I feel like this is something that will help you see even more clearly with your situation and what you have going on. All right. I feel like a lot of you have been taking time to work on yourself over the years. Like you're not just talking about it, like you're taking action. You've been taking action to better your situation, to, you know, change. Okay. And I know we all have different goals on this channel. Some of us have the same type of goal. All right. And I 100% see you achieving whatever your goal is. I see you manifesting this. I see, you know, I see it all working out for you. But there is a but. In this message that Spirit revealed to me, it was just so funny, because, you know, I'm the type of person, like, I ask often for clarity and awareness, because I want to know what's going on. I want to know where, you know, I just want to know. Like, I want to know that I'm making the best decisions for myself and, you know, my situation. So I want clarity. Like, Spirit, speak to me clearly. I don't want any type of confusion at all. Like, I want to know the truth. Okay. So that's like how I talk to the universe. Like, tell me straight up, what do I need to know? And Spirit was like, all right, bet. So last week, Thursday, I think it was, I was laying down in bed. I was getting ready to go to sleep. And I wasn't thinking about anything but going to sleep. And this is how I know this is the universe speaking to me. And I was like, or I was about to fall asleep, and I had this memory. Yeah, it was a memory from childhood. It popped up, and it was a memory about me and my dad. And it was a situation that wasn't the best, and it really led to us not having a relationship. Like, it's been very broken ever since then. And it was just so crazy, because I don't think about him like that. Like, of course, that's my dad. I love him, but it's just, we're not here. We're not connected. It's like, I love you from a distance type of energy. And so when this memory popped up, like, it made me feel a certain way. Like, it made me sad. It really did. And after that memory, I just had a thought. I was like, damn, so yeah, he really doesn't love me. Like, that's been a thought that I know that I've had about my dad. Like, I just know that he doesn't love me. And I've known that for a long time. And I thought it didn't make me feel a certain way until last Thursday, you know? And so I was just like, okay. And then I went to sleep. And that's what I do. Like, I'll feel a certain way. I'll have these feelings, or, you know, these emotions. And then I'll be like, all right, you know, it is what it is. But that right there, like, ignoring the feelings and the emotions, that's what Spirit was showing me. All right. And so this weekend, this weekend or past weekend, I can't even remember. It feels like everything is just like mixed together. All these days are just going together. But it was either this weekend or last weekend. I don't know. But yeah, I just kind of like had that energy on me, like, all throughout the weekend. It was just like heavy for me. And I was just kind of, you know, trying to keep it cool, trying not to be too overly emotional, because that's not normally me. Like, I'm not, like, if I'm feeling a certain way, I like to take that time to just disconnect and just be by myself. Like, I don't like people to see me crying. I don't like people to see me, you know, sad or down or anything like that. I just don't like that. I like to handle that by myself. Okay. And it could be because I'm an air sign, a Gemini. So that could be the reason why. But anyways, like I was just kind of feeling a certain way like all weekend, just kind of like sad. I'm just like, for what though? Like this is old news. Like this doesn't like make or break me. That's how I was kind of looking at it. And so I was like, Spirit, why is this relevant? Like, why do I care about this still? And it's just so funny because like when you ask the universe for, you know, certain things that you need to know or certain things that you need to release to move forward, like Spirit, the universe will tell you flat out, like you're holding on to certain ideas that just are not working for you right now. Okay, so pay attention to that. Okay, if you're starting to notice that you're having conflicting energy or conflicting thoughts about what it is that, you know, is right for you, like pay attention to that and pick a side, basically. But okay, so I asked Spirit, like, why is this relevant? Why am I dwelling on this man? Like, I already know he doesn't care about me. Like, for what though? And so I got, you know, a lot of information. I had this download. Okay, I remember like getting ready to go to sleep again, about to lay down. It was like Spirit whispered to me. It was like, it's time. It's time. It's time to write all this information out. So I got like a bunch of like messages. So I'm going to try to explain this to you the best way that I can. All right. Okay. So this message, this is a subconscious message. Okay. So this may be something that you're not really aware of. Okay. You may not be aware of this thought that you're holding on to, this memory, this feeling. And because you're not aware, I feel like the universe is going to help you become even more aware of it by bringing certain people in your life or having certain experiences take place in your life so that you can really see, like, does this serve me anymore? You know, does this help me achieve the goal that I'm trying to achieve? Is this helping my manifestation? Is this, you know, a benefit to me? All right. So pay attention. Like, you're going to start to notice that people in your life or situations in your life, they're mirroring you, or they're showing you things about yourself that you may not see. Okay. And I don't feel like, you know, for some of you, you may be seeing certain things through people that may be triggering. That's the word. You may be triggered. Okay. Because I was definitely triggered. Especially like with this message that I got from Spirit. Like it triggered me. It made me realize, like, you're holding on to something that it's in conflict with what it is that you're trying to bring into your life. Okay. For me, the goal in this situation that I'm speaking on, it would be to be married. Okay. My goal is to be in a committed relationship, healthy. But at the same time, there has been a vision or an idea that I saw as a child that was the opposite. And I knew it, but I didn't really pay attention to it as much, you know, because I, you know, grew up, had children. And it wasn't until like maybe like 4 or 5 years ago that I really started to pay attention and like realize like something was off, you know. So just kind of take these messages how they apply to your situation, because I know everybody's situation is different. Okay. But I feel like you have been working on yourself for a while. Okay. You've been trying to achieve some type of goal. You've been trying to get better. You've been just, you know, growing. Okay. And I don't know if you're aware of all of the hard work that you've been putting into yourself or into the situation. Okay. But basically, you have done this. Like you have successfully released an old version of yourself. All right. And because I feel like whatever this is that we're talking about, I feel like you realize it's been a lie the entire time. Okay, the best card that can describe what it is that I'm trying to explain to you guys is this Tower card. Okay, so for me, when I was young, like, I saw certain things in my childhood, you know, that made me realize, like, okay, when a man is trying to love you, it may be scary or painful. That's what I saw. And so, but I didn't realize that that idea was sitting here. I didn't realize that, okay, love, the idea of love is scary, or the idea of love can be painful. But that was the idea. That's what I thought, you know. And so, you know, as I got older, I had like certain relationships that kind of reflect, like, okay, when you're in love, expect it to be some bullshit, basically. And it's been like that for a minute, you know. It's been bullshit for a minute, all right? Until I got, you know, on my walk with, you know, spirit, until I got, you know, focused on myself. Like, that's when it just kind of stopped. But I still have like these certain beliefs here, certain ideas, like, okay, love is bullshit, love is scary, you know, love doesn't last, people don't really love you. Like, I've had certain ideas about love, what I thought love was, okay? And so, yeah, some of you, you've put in so much work, all right? And I feel like you may have maybe recently had an epiphany or a moment or an idea or whatever that really like broke apart all of those beliefs. That wasn't true. Okay, like that, none of that was true. Okay, and sometimes it's like, it's easy to say, oh, well, I grew up like this. You know, I saw my dad do this to my mom, or I saw, you know, my dad do this to me. You know, I've experienced, you know, somebody cheating on me, or whatever the case is for you. It's easy to say, well, this is why I'm like this, because of what I've been through. But at the same time, if you really do want something different than what you're used to, you have to take different action. And you have to be aware of what it is that you're carrying. Okay, because some of us are kind of walking around, myself included, you know, with pain, all right? Pain that no longer needs to go with you where you're going, all right? Because if you've noticed, if you've been watching some of these readings and these messages that I've been putting out, Spirit's been really talking about walking lightly in this next cycle, you know, not carrying all of this weight and baggage because it's not necessary. You don't need it. And I feel like a lot of you are picking up on that message that Spirit is saying, because there has been a huge release that may have recently taken place in your life. All those past thoughts, or those, you know, old memories, or those emotions from your past, like you're realizing from a different way or a different perspective, like that wasn't really love, or that wasn't really what I deserved. I don't know what your situation is. I'm just kind of referring to, you know, my situation. But you know, take these messages how they apply. You're seeing the truth. You're seeing very clearly right now. That's what Spirit is showing me in this message. You're seeing very clearly. For some of you, yeah, it's also like I wrote in this message, like, it's kind of like the energy of, you know how in your refrigerator, if you have something that's old and expired and it starts to smell, you want to try to figure out where the smell is coming from so that you can get rid of it. That's kind of what this energy is like. You know, I feel like some of you are starting to get like signs or messages about what you need to correct, or what you need to be aware of in your situation, so that it really doesn't, you know, become a problem. And if you are receiving certain signs and messages through other people, or just situations that are taking place in your life, pay attention to that, because I see a lot of mirroring taking place. All right. I feel like some of you, you're asking spirit to help you in your situation, or you're asking for something. Okay. And you're going to have it, but you have to also be aware that you have the power and the authority to say yes or no to whatever this is that, we're talking about. Like, for example, if you're meeting new people and you're walking around with all of these old beliefs that just don't work anymore, that could be blocking you from connecting to what it is that you're trying to connect to, or who it is you're trying to connect to, so just kind of be aware of yourself. And I see that you are. Okay, that's what spirit is showing me. Because also in this reading, or this message that I got, it's just so funny how these messages started coming out. I got the song by Mary J. Blige, No More Drama. No more drama. Okay, so that, if you read the lyrics or listen to the song, that's her just being fed up. Like, I am done. I'm no longer dealing with any type of BS on any level. All right, I deserve more. Like, I'm just not living my life like that. And I feel like that's been your energy for a while. Like, you don't want any drama. You don't want any type of pain. Is in the song, she talks about pain, no more drama. That's what, she was saying in the song. Okay, and some of you, you have been hurt a lot. This has maybe from childhood, or certain relationships, or certain experiences. You have been hurt. Okay, I'm not trying to like diminish that or anything like that, but at the same time, like, is that how you want to walk around in your day-to-day life, just carrying on extra baggage and extra weight because you're hurt, or because it's difficult? Okay, it's difficult to release it. I feel like you get to a point when you're on your spiritual journey, and when you're starting to like understand how the universe really works, you get to a point where you're like, F that. Like, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not living my life like that anymore. I'm not accepting certain people in my life. I'm not settling anymore. Okay, and I feel like a lot of you have gotten to that point where you're completely done. Like, there's no going back. Because what is there to go back to? When the tower hits, like, it's over. There's nothing to go back to. There's nothing there. So me holding on to, oh yeah, well, my dad, showed me he didn't love me. Like, that's not real. That man had a whole life before me. Like, he went through whatever he went through, and it made him who he is now. Why am I taking his pain and carrying that in my life? Why am I doing that? Don't do that. Okay, don't do that to yourself. If somebody hurt you, I'm not trying to let this person slide or anything like that, but if somebody hurt you and you know that you didn't deserve to feel that way, or you didn't deserve that response, let that go. Like, release that. Okay, people project all the time. So what you just need to do is just be aware of like who you are in the situation. Okay, like, be aware of who you are. Okay, you don't have to take on somebody else's beliefs. If it doesn't make sense to you, if it doesn't sound right, don't take that. Okay. So also in this message, I wrote a lot of different things here. I'm trying to see what else I need to talk about. Okay, so for those of you, for all of you, like, I feel like with this goal that you're trying to accomplish, okay, because I do also have cards here, it says go the distance, and then I wrote on here, you will make it, reaching a goal, don't give up. Okay, and I was clarifying that card, and I have this work occupation card, and then I have this haystack card. This one says karma, you will reap what you have sown. So you get what you get, and you don't pitch a fit. That's what I'm hearing. So you get whatever you're putting into the situation, you're going to get back in return. So whatever this is about for you, I don't know what you're trying to achieve at this time, but whatever work that you've been putting in to yourself or putting on the situation, like, you're going to reap that. It doesn't go out into the void. Like, it's coming back to you. Okay, that's what Spirit is showing me here. It'll come back. All right, you guys. So yeah, I see you guys achieving whatever this goal is that you're trying to achieve. But I'm really trying to let you guys know that you've done a lot of work in your life, okay? You've taken time to clear up some old beliefs, old mindsets that just don't work for you anymore. Like, you've done a lot of work, okay? And I feel like you just need to pay attention, okay? Right now, just kind of pay attention to the people that are in your life, because the people that are in your life, they may mirror certain things that maybe you're trying to achieve, or I see them like shining light in certain areas of your life that, you know, that need attention. So kind of pay attention to that. Like, you know, there's a lot of, I feel like there's a lot of changes that are getting ready to take place at this time, and a lot of good things, like things that you've been asking for, praying on, like they're starting to flow, they're starting to come into your life. And, you know, like I was saying earlier, like you have the power, or you have the authority to say yes or no to this, whether you're aware of it or not, you know. So I do have more cards here. I'm just trying to look at these notes. I can barely read them because when I wrote them, it was like late at night and I didn't want to turn on the light. I just had my TV on. I was like, damn, I can't see anything. So I just was trying to like write in the dark. But I wrote on here, okay, it says, you have successfully entered a season of your life where there is no drama. Wow, that's big. Okay, that is big. I also wrote clean slate. So some of you just have like a clear canvas, like a clean piece of paper, and it's going to be whatever you want it to be. Maybe you need to write down like what it is that you want to achieve in your situation. But I don't even feel like you need to do that, because a lot of you you've done all of this in the past. Like, you've already put this intention out to the universe, and it's starting to show up in your life. Also, I wanted to like point out, in the song No More Drama or No More Pain, one of the songs, I think it's called No More Drama, but it's by Mary J. Blige, and her birthday is January 11th, so 1/11. So that could be a special day for you, or just some type of significance. Let's see. Yeah. So I was trying to do a reading this morning, because I wasn't going to put out this message yet, because I was trying to organize these notes, but it just, you know, it's whatever. And I was pulling out the cards, and I was like, this kind of sounds like the message that, you know, Spirit was giving me. And so I showed you the Go the Distance card. I also have To the Sea. Okay. And so on that one, it says, be still, waiting for direction, being at peace, you know, going with the flow, not, you know, stressing. Some of you may have been asking Spirit for something specific. Okay. And I have to go back to the situation with me and my dad, or that, you know, yeah, that's that story. So I did not really, he wasn't a part of my life like that. Like, I knew him, and, you know, I just don't really like talking too much about it, because I'm not the type of person that likes to dwell on what went wrong. Like, I don't care to do that. But in this message, Spirit keeps, you know, reminding me, because my goal is to be in a committed relationship. That's the goal for me. That's been the goal. And but the idea of what commitment looks like, I haven't had the best idea, you know. And when you're young, you pick up on a lot of information, you know, like you see things, and it does shape you into the person that you are today. But it doesn't have to like continue to shape you. Like, you can change. Like, you can definitely be a new version of yourself. You don't have to stay the same. You know, you don't have to hold on to that baggage. All right. And I feel like For some of you, a lot of this baggage it's mental. Some of you are holding on to past situations, whether it's your childhood or, you know, when you were adults, but you're holding on to situations that are hindering you, or you have been, or spirit is showing you that you don't need to keep holding on to this because it's not doing anything for you, but causing you to push people away, or causing you to, you know, miss out on certain opportunities that you're really praying for. So just kind of be aware of that. Okay, this message reading is really about like being more self-aware. Okay. Yeah, so to the sea, I also have this card that says chair empty. And on this one I wrote, someone is leaving your life, outgrown a person or situation. Okay, so I feel like you're realizing at this time, or spirit is bringing to your attention, that you have outgrown a situation. Okay, this may have been, you know, running in the background for years, decades. This no longer makes sense to hold on to this. Whatever this is that we're talking about, it doesn't make sense to hold on to it because you know that's not true for you anymore. That's not true for you. A lot of you have done a lot of growing since whatever that situation was, and you realize like what love looks like, or you realize like what it is you deserve in your life, period. Whatever we're talking about, you realize like what you want. Okay, so just because you had a bad experience years ago, okay, doesn't mean that has to keep being your experience moving forward. All right, and you really do have the power to claim, you know, this energy for your life. A lot of us see these readings and we'll get these messages from spirit, and you know, the idea is nice. It's nice to, you know, think about being in love, or it's nice to think about being, you know, wealthy or in great health, and just, you know, having peace and harmony. But then when you're presented with certain situations, and you start to feel like, you know, fearful of what if I lose it, you know, that's working against yourself. Okay, like you have a lot of power in you have authority, you have power in your words, you have power, you have put your intention into that, of you getting what you want, or put your intention into, you know, it working out for you now. Okay, don't pull from the past and keep bringing that into your future. Don't do that to yourself. All right, like let that go. It happened. Grieve it as much as you need to, and then move forward. Okay, because moving forward, you guys have a lot of, you know, blessings that are just out on the table for you, really. Okay, the next card I have is time to go. Yeah, I feel like spirit is really saying in this message, it's time to release that. It's time to let that go. And some of you have done that. Okay, because I see broken ring. For some of you, this could be about a marriage, a divorce here, or some type of contract that has ended. Okay, this could be like a karmic contract. I didn't really pick up on that when I was like writing these messages down. But some of you were holding on to this idea for such a long time, because with my situation, this memory that popped up was from childhood, and I carried it up until now. Honestly, like I carried it up until like recently. I didn't even know it. I wasn't aware of it. But I am now. Like I have a lot of clarity about what I'm speaking on now. And now I realize like I don't have to take that with me. Okay, this person, you know, did this to me, said this to me, didn't show up for me. But that doesn't mean that every person or every man won't, you know, show up for me. Or it doesn't mean that, you know, I'll never have what it is I'm asking for. I know that now because of the work that I do on myself. So I'm aware of that. And so I feel like moving forward, spirit wants you to just keep in mind, you know, like if it doesn't work for you, or if it doesn't make sense, if it's conflicting with what it is that you're trying to manifest, like pay attention to that, because that could be hindering you. All right, and this doesn't have to just be about a relationship or anything like that. This could be about anything in your life. Okay, I do want to, I wrote also, some of you, if you're not aware, okay, if you're not aware of what could be holding you back, you may need to ask that question. You may need to ask, the universe, what am I holding on to that's causing me extra baggage? Okay, you may need to ask that question. Or what's blocking you from connecting to whatever it is that you're trying to connect to. Okay, and when you ask those questions, you're going to start to notice that the universe will respond rather quickly, might I add, very quickly. I feel like at this time, like a lot of the prayers are being answered quickly. Okay, so don't ignore you know, your guides, your you know, your guides. Yeah, I do want to pull out a few more cards. I want to pull out a few more cards for you guys just to see what comes out. Okay, but this is good. Like, you guys have a clean slate. So anything can happen. Anything is possible. It doesn't feel like you know, you're not bagged up, you know. If there is a clear chute. So I feel like if you're asking the universe for specific things at this time, you're going to get responses. You're going to get answers, okay? The Seven of Swords came out. All right. Seven of Swords, Spirit. Why is that here? Okay, the Page of Wands. This one came out reversed. Seven of Swords, Page of Wands. Yeah, Spirit is showing me that it will be brought to your attention. Okay? Okay. I know that it's been hard. I'm seeing that here. I know it's been hard. I know you've been putting in a lot of work to your situation. But you really are almost there. I know even saying that can kind of be, I'm hearing cringy. You may feel a certain way every time you hear like you're almost there, or you're making it, you know, keep going. Like, that can make you feel a certain way. So you just need a personal encounter. That's what I'm picking up on. Four of Cups. Whoever I'm talking to, you may not need to watch so many readings right now. Okay? You need a personal encounter from Spirit. So going back to that question that I was asking, that you may need to ask, what am I holding on to that's causing extra baggage in my life? Or you can ask, what's blocking me from connecting to X, Y, and Z? Okay, and you will get your answer. All right, it may not be at that exact moment, because I ask often, like, Spirit, you know, give me clarity. What do I need to release? I've been asking that since the end of last year. What do I need to release? That's what I've been doing. And this message just kind of popped up out of nowhere for me. And so I feel like if you're in this energy of you know, feeling like, you know, I'll believe it when I see it, you may need to kind of flip that. All right, but I'm also saying you need something more personal. Okay, so ask Spirit. Take some time to sit with yourself, like He is here, and ask Spirit, what do I need to release? Yeah, some of you are holding on to pain. Okay, and you may not be aware of it, because that was a situation for me. I was holding on to heartbreak and I didn't know. And I feel like when you get this information, when it's revealed to you, it is going to be such a huge relief, because you don't need that anymore. You don't need to keep hurting anymore. That's what Spirit is showing me here. You don't need to keep hurting anymore. It's been very hard. It's been very difficult. And I don't know exactly what we're talking about in this message, but whatever you're trying to accomplish, like, it's been difficult. You've been struggling. Some of you have been struggling independently, you know, not really putting on a brave face, pretending that everything is all right. But, you know, deep inside, like, it's not okay. And some of you just don't realize that. Okay, so that's where that, you know, speaking to Spirit one-on-one, or speaking to your guides, whatever you know, refer to it as, and ask for that clarity. Spirit, what else do you need the collective to see at this time? Yeah, Judgment is here. The devil. This is exactly what we're talking about. This is that toxic. This is like, it's a sneaky thing. It's really sneaky, okay? It's in the background. It's just playing in the background. You don't really know it, but it shows up in different ways, and you're like, what the hell? Why do I feel like this? Spirit is going to shine a light on that, okay? That devil situation, okay? Or that dark situation, that toxic situation, okay? And then from that point, it's up to you whether or not you're going to, you know, or how you're going to handle the situation, okay? You're going to have clear sight, okay? Some of you already have this clarity and you know what to do moving forward, okay? And you're leaving it alone. You're moving forward. That's the advice for some of you, to move forward, let it go, because that's not real anyways. That's not, you know, what it is that you want anymore. Spirit, is there anything else for the collective? Yeah, Knight of Swords, message. That's what I heard, message. Wow. Yeah, it's a message for you. Wow. Yeah. Special delivery. That's what you need. A special delivery. That's what I'm picking up on. Special delivery. Okay. You'll get it. Yeah. The Emperor is here. Yeah, because somebody here, wow, you're in alignment. You're balanced. That's what Spirit is showing. We have the Emperor and we have the Empress, and in between those cards is the Six of Swords. Okay, so you're moving into a state of peace and harmony and balance. That's what's happening for you right now. With your finances, with your love life, with your health, with your family life, like things are balancing out for you, okay? So just, you know, if this reading resonates, just know that you are on track, you're moving in the right direction. And when this conflicting energy pops up, you have the clarity, okay? You have the clarity that you need to make a decision on whether or not this is coming with you, okay? So I hope that this was helpful. I really tried to explain this message the best way I could. I hope you guys, you know, found this useful, and I will talk to you later, okay? Bye.